Facebook. My name is Kelly. We are bringing you another yoga flow in our Mystic at Home series, although we are on Victory Field, so if you don't want to practice at home anymore, you are totally welcome to come and join us here in this beautiful space at 8 a.m. on weekdays and at 9 a.m. on weekends, so you can sleep in a little bit extra. It's an absolutely gorgeous space. We'd love it if you would come and join us. If you are tuning in live, make sure that you have anything you need for your practice with you. Any props that you like to practice with, blocks, straps, a towel. Make sure that you have water with you so that you can stay hydrated throughout the session. If you're still drinking your morning coffee, that's also totally fine. Please make this practice your own as always and more than ever. Any announcements? I don't think anything.
8 a.m., 9 a.m.
We have our 8 a.m.s and our 9 a.m.s classes every day, so that there's always something for you to access. All of our content is on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. We've been doing these live streams, Amy just mentioned it to me, for 5 months now, which seems totally crazy, but what's amazing is there's so much content now available to everyone for free, accessible 24/7 whenever you want to flow from wherever, which is really special. In particular, the YouTube, if you know people who aren't really into social media and don't have a Facebook account or an Instagram account, YouTube is an awesome platform for accessing all of our flows. Why don't we go ahead and get started then? Start off our Monday. It's August 17th. I hope that you all had a wonderful weekend and you can come into a comfortable position on your mat. You can choose whether you'd like to be seated or reclined this morning. And take time to just let your body settle into the space, kind of relax, let yourself arrive. And taking time not only to allow your physical body to come into place on the mat, letting your physical body arrive, but also taking time to let your mental and emotional selves and your spiritual self also arrive as well. Taking a few deep breaths, greeting yourself where you are at today, where you are at in this moment. Saying hello without judgment, just noticing, just observing, taking in that information. A deep breath in and slowly exhaling. Giving yourself a few more moments to prepare and arrive fully present to begin our practice. Maybe taking time to set an intention that you can carry with you through each movement and each breath. Remembering to honor where your body is, where your mind is today, where your feelings are today. There are no right or wrong answers. Just giving yourself space to be exactly as you are. Deep breath in and a slow breath out. If you are reclined, taking a few moments to slowly move up into a seated position, taking your time. You can keep your eyes closed. And when you arrive in that seated position, whatever that looks like, you can bring your hands to your heart space. You can place them one on top of the other or draw the prayer hands together in front of you. We'll open our practice here with the sacred sound of Om, a cleansing breath first, in and out. And now we inhale for Om. Beautiful. You can let your eyes open. Let's have a magical Monday practice, everybody. Just give yourself a couple moments to let your body kind of wake up a little bit, letting the head roll from side to side maybe, or fully rolling all the way around, giving the neck a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a wake up here. And then when you're ready, you'll move that stretch down into the shoulders, just kind of rolling them together one at a time, forwards and backwards. Taking your time. There's no rush to get your body ready. Just let yourself feel each movement, each breath as part of the journey of your practice. Breath in, breath out. And then taking that motion down into the wrists and the hands and the fingers, just kind of working some organic movements through them. Maybe you're circling or flipping palms up and down. Maybe squeezing your fingers into tight fists, spreading them wide. Taking a few more breaths here while you wake up the hands. We put a lot of pressure on our hands during yoga, especially power yoga with lots of plank poses, so we want to make sure that we give ample time to warm them up and wake them up. One more breath here, in and out. Beautiful. Letting the hands come down by your sides and slowly transitioning into a tabletop position. Coming onto your hands and knees, stacking your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. You have a nice neutral spine, so your gaze is towards your mat or towards the floor. Crown of the head is pressing forward, feeling length through your spine. Take a breath in and out. Button pointing towards your mat. Exhale, curling under. Taking a couple more cat and cows at your own pace, moving with your breath, getting a nice stretch through the shoulder blades and a deep opening through the heart space. And then after you've taken one more of each, you'll return to that neutral spine, gaze pointing towards your mat, making sure that shoulders are stacked over wrists, hips over knees. We'll take a little side stretch here. So your gaze turns over the right shoulder as you draw right shoulder and right hip towards one another in a gentle C curve of the spine. On an exhale, returning back to center. Inhale, gaze over left shoulder, left hip, pull towards one another. On an exhale, returning to center. Let's take that one more time to each side. So C curve to the right. Right hip and shoulder pull towards one another. On an exhale, come to center. And then we inhale to the left, taking it one more time to the other side. And then inhaling back to center. Taking a moment in that neutral spine, just resetting, gaze towards your mat. Feel that pull of your navel up towards your spine as you activate your core. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, opening the right arm up to the sky, opening up the chest to the right. As you exhale, thread the right hand between the left hand and the left knee for a threaded needle. On your inhale, opening it back up, right fingertips pull to the sky, and exhale, thread. We'll do this one more time before we settle in. So inhale to open it up, and exhale, thread those fingers through, and let the right shoulder come to rest on your mat. And just give yourself a gentle twist through your spine here for a breath in and a breath out. Next inhale opens the heart as the right fingertips pull to the sky, and then lowering the right fingertips down to the earth. We take it to the other side. On a breath in, left fingertips reach up, and then left fingertips thread through the space between right hand and knee. Inhale to open. Exhale to thread. One more time. Inhale, opening it up. Exhale, threading it through. Gently lowering that left shoulder down to your mat now. Giving yourself a moment to breathe in and breathe out. Next inhale stretches left fingertips up as you open the heart, and then lower left hand down to the earth. Taking a moment to reestablish that neutral spine in your tabletop, belly button pulling in towards the spine. Breath in, breath out. Scoot the right toes backwards on your mat. And then lift the right foot up into the sky, aiming to get it about parallel with your torso. Toes are pointing down towards the earth, so your foot is flexed as you press away through the heel. Left fingertips lift, and left arm stretches forward, pressing into the right hand to help keep you stable. Inhale and stretch foot and hand away from one another. Exhale, pull elbow and knee together. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, curl. In and out. Two more. Inhale and stretching long. Exhale, rounding. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, pull elbow to knee. And then stretching out one more time before lowering left palm to the floor, but stepping right foot up in between the hands for a low lunge. Beautiful. And now rock the hips back and forth a few times, getting a stretch through the right hamstring, as well as a stretch through that left hip flexor. And just taking a few moments to wake up, warm up the lower body a little bit more, moving at your own pace, listening to your body and what it's calling for, what feels good in this practice, in this moment. Taking another breath in and another breath out. Coming back to a neutral position. Right knee stacked over the right ankle. On an inhale, lifting the chest. On your exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Beautiful. One more. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. And holding it here, left palm to the right knee, maybe right forearm to the lower back. Just taking a moment in this spinal twist. Another breath in and out. Next inhale slowly draws you back to center. Hands come down to frame that front foot. Right foot steps back, finding your way back into that tabletop position, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, left toes sneak backwards, and then left foot elevates up off your mat, making sure that your foot is flexed, so your toes point down to the earth as you press away through the heel, feeling that stretch down your leg, and then maybe right fingertips lift as you extend the right arm forward, continuing to press through that left palm. Breath in stretches you long, breath out curls your spine, pulling elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Last one. Stretching nice and long. Curling yourself in. Beautiful. Stretch one more time. Release right palm to your mat. Left foot steps in between the hands for that low lunge. And then we rock the hips forward and back a few times. Feeling that amazing stretch down the back of the left leg, lingering however long you need in either portion of this sequence, feeling that stretch through the hip flexor. Another breath here, in and out. And when you're ready, return to that neutral position with your left knee stacked over the left ankle. We inhale, lifting the chest up, arms up. We exhale and twist to the left. Inhale to center, feeling your core muscles working there. Exhale, twisting again. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. And then we stay here for a moment. Right palm to left knee. Left forearm sneaking behind the lower back. Just taking a moment to breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Next inhale brings you slowly back to center, lowering your hands to frame that front foot. Left foot steps back, and then you can tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back for your first downward facing dog of the practice. It's a little cool today. Took a little longer to get warmed up, but I did promise you guys power, so I will try to get the heart rate up and the sweat dripping no matter what. So in your downward facing dog, maybe you're walking it out a little bit, just bending one knee at a time, alternating pressing one heel and then the other into your mat. On your next inhale, bend both knees, drawing your chest towards your thighs. And then as you exhale, press forward into a high plank position. Inhale, pulling hips up and back, knees bend for your down dog. Exhale, pressing forward again. Taking this a few more times at your own pace, letting the muscles through your core guide you through this movement. Letting yourself move with control and strength as opposed to just whipping through the motion. One more time, we inhale, down dog, and then exhale, find that plank position. Holding your plank, shoulders are stacked over the wrists. You're squeezing your glutes. Palms are pressing into the earth. Feel the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. We'll transition from here into a side plank on the right. So right palm stays planted as you roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, inner edge of the left foot. You want to make sure that right shoulder stays stacked over the right wrist as left fingertips stretch to the sky. Any variations are welcome here. Maybe you drop that right knee. Maybe you lift the left foot. Find a tree pose. We'll take 2 breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Breath in, breath out. Beautiful. Slowly transitioning back to your high plank. Hips pull up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, knees bend, chest pulls to thighs. Exhale, high plank. Taking time, set yourself up. Make sure you're squeezing those glutes and lifting the hips. Pressing through the palms, feel the space in your shoulder blades. Breath in, breath out. Left side plank now, so rolling onto the outer edge of left foot. Left palm plants, making sure left shoulder stacks. Opening your hips, right fingertips stretch to the sky. Considering those variations. Thinking about what you need on this side. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly transitioning back to your high plank. Then hips pull up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs as you press through the crown of your head. And exhale, fold. Feet root down into the earth. Slow rise to standing on your inhale. Arms stretch to the sky. And then palms drop to the heart space. Give yourself that moment to ground down. Pressing your feet into the earth below you, feeling that engagement rising up through your legs, your glutes, your core. Inhale, lifting the arms up to the sky. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Fingertips to your mat. Left foot takes a giant step back, runner's lunge. Right foot steps back to meet it, high plank. From your plank, knees drop, bend at the elbows, lowering yourself all the way down for your chaturanga. Inhale, opening the heart for a low cobra, engaging the glutes, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Let's take that one more time. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. On your breath in, slowly rising up to standing, extending the arms to the sky, and then palms come to rest at heart center. You give yourself that moment to ground down, to find that connection with the earth, to find that stability and that tension through the body. Inhale, arms stretch to the sky. On your exhale, we fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, fingertips to your mat. Right foot takes a giant step back, runner's lunge. Left foot steps back to meet at high plank. Holding that plank for a breath in and a breath out. Knees drop to your mat, bend at the elbows, lower your body all the way down. Palms alongside the chest. Inhale, opening the heart for your low cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. On your next breath in, you'll float that right leg up to the sky, just taking a moment to rotate the ankle a couple times, maybe bend and extend the leg, maybe circle the hip, just getting a little more movement through that right side. And now we inhale and stretch that leg nice and long. Exhale, pull the knee in towards your nose, but stay with me. Inhale, extend that right leg back. Exhale, pull the knee to the right elbow. Inhale, stretching back. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee towards nose and right foot plants for your runner's lunge. Making sure that you're stacking that right knee over the ankle. And your feet do not need to be aligned as if on a balance beam. Your feet can be about hips width distance apart so that you have lots of stability through the lower body. On your next breath in, float the arms up, bring the chest into a hover for your airplane lunge. Breath in, breath out. Palms are facing towards your mat to keep your shoulders nice and open. You can even play around with that. Flip your palms up to the sky and feel how that rolls your shoulders down towards the earth. And then flip palms to the earth and feel how that rolls the shoulders into a more open position. Next breath in, lifts your chest all the way up, finding that crescent lunge. You have a bend through the front leg, maybe a bend through the back as well. Relaxing the shoulders away from your ears, you breathe in and breathe out. Bending that left knee a lot, coming down into a nice low lunge. Dropping your elbows into a bent goalpost position. We'll hold this lunge as we take a few cat and cows. So we inhale, open the heart, pressing elbows back. Exhale, curl the spine, drawing elbows and forearms together. Inhale, open. Feel how hard your legs are working. Exhale, curl. 2 more. Ready? In, out. In, out. Find that neutral position and hold for 5, 4, 3. You got this. 2 and 1. Inhale, extending arms and legs. Exhale, opening to your warrior 2. Breath in, breath out. Taking a moment to pay attention to the setup of your warrior two. What do your feet look like and feel like? How connected are they to your mat? Are you pressing your feet down into the earth? Is that right knee stacked over the right ankle? And is that right knee pulling out toward the pinky toe so you feel that stretch through the inside of your thigh? Flipping palms to the sky, take a breath in and breath out. Next, inhale, tilt your torso back as you reverse your warrior, keeping your legs nice and stable. We stay here for another inhale and exhale. Another breath in. And as you exhale, tilt the torso forward, finding that bent knee triangle. So right hand to the inside of the right knee. Left fingertips are pulling to the sky. Maybe you circle that arm around a few times. Breath in and breath out. Inhale to reverse your warrior one more time. And then exhale, cartwheeling hands down to frame that front foot. Right foot steps back, high plank, holding your plank. Taking a moment to check your alignment of shoulders over wrists. And now we take a toe tap, so right toes step to the right and then back to center, and then left toes to the left and back to center for 10, 9, 8, keeping your core still, 7, 6, so you isolate the movement, 5, into your legs, 4, you're almost there, 3, and 2, and last one. Knees drop to your mat, bend at the elbows, lower yourself all the way down, palms alongside the chest, inhale, opening the heart, low cobra, exhale, downward facing dog, breath in, and out. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in and a breath out. Now we inhale the left leg up to the sky, taking a moment to just bend and extend, stretch, rotate that left ankle, get any wiggles or movements through that leg that call to you. Any circles through the hips. And then you inhale, stretching it nice and long, and exhale, pull the knee in towards the nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale and extend. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, extend one more time. Exhale, knee in towards nose and plant the left foot. Runner's lunge. Taking that time to set your feet up. Finding that stability through the lower body. And then on an inhale, bringing the chest up into a slight hover as you extend fingertips back toward that right foot. Feeling a relaxing through your shoulders as they pull away from the neck and the ears. Crown of the head stretches forward. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Next breath in lifts your torso all the way up, finding that crescent lunge, making sure left knee is stacked over the ankle, shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. And now we bend both legs deeply, bring elbows into that goalpost position, finding that nice low lunge. And then we open the heart on our next breath in, and then curl the spine as we pull elbows and forearms together. In and out. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale and open, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Exhale, curling the spine. And then we hold that neutral position for 5. Deep bend through the right knee here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, warrior 2 on the left. Just as on the right side, taking a moment to set up your lower body, starting with your feet. Where are they placed? Are they firmly rooted into the ground? Are you feeling that tension rising up from the soles of your feet into your legs? Do you feel that stretch through the inside of the left thigh as you pull it, the left knee gently towards the pinky toe? Breath in, breath out. Beautiful. When you're ready, you inhale and reverse your warrior, tilting the torso back. Notice how your lower body is stable. Your legs remain exactly where they are. On an exhale, you shift the torso, tilting it forward, bringing the back of the left hand to the inside of the left knee. Right fingertips reach up. Maybe you rotate that arm around. Breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more time. We inhale and reverse. And then exhale, cartwheeling hands down to frame that foot. Left foot steps back. High plank. Holding your plank for a breath in and a breath out. Okay, we're going to do a little more ab work here. We're going to do some mountain climbers. So right knee pulls in towards your belly button, and then left knee pulls in. So it's right, left, right, left, right, left for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees drop to your mat. Bend at the elbows, lowering yourself all the way down, palms alongside the chest. Inhale, opening and lifting for your low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog or your child's pose. Just pressing your hips back towards your heels, maybe grabbing a sip of water. Taking a couple breaths here. Beautiful. And when you're ready, we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Just walking it out, bending one knee at a time, maybe letting your hips get a little sassy and press out to the side as well. Taking another breath in and a breath out. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rooting the feet down. Next breath in slowly lifts you up to standing, reaching the arms to the sky. And then palms come together and come to rest at heart center as you give yourself just this moment to ground down. Feet should be about hips width distance apart. Take another breath in. And then as you exhale, sink your hips down into your chair pose. The weight is in the heels of your feet. There's a space between your legs, but you're hugging your thighs towards each other like you're going to close that space without actually moving your legs closer to one another. You've got a slight tuck to your tailbone so that your spine is nice and long as the crown of your head is pressing up to the sky. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Breath in, breath out. And we pulse here for 10, 9, 8, just small movements here. 7, 6, 5, 4, pressing those feet down into the earth still. 3, 2, and 1. Shifting weight into the right foot. Left knee pulls up in towards the chest. Standing wind relieving pose. Interlace your hands a couple inches below the knee. Hugging that thigh as close to your body as you can. The glute in the standing leg is squeezed super hard. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Keeping the knee lifted, bring your palms together at heart center. We'll kick that leg out 10 times here. So we extend the heel out and then pull it back towards the body for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Feel the stability through the standing leg. 5, 4, 3, almost there. 2, and 1. Kick that left leg back behind you. Finding that airplane pose for just a moment and then dropping onto the ball of that left foot for your crescent lunge. Finding that bent elbow, goalpost position for the arms maybe, and just pressing elbows back as you open up through the chest for a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, lifting through the arms. Exhale, warrior 2. Taking a breath here in your warrior 2, just settling yourself in. Breath in, breath out. And then we transition from our warrior 2 to our goddess, turning both feet out, heels come in, and we drop the hips down, bringing palms together at heart center. Take a breath in here, and a breath out. The heel on the right foot lifts up for a moment, and then drops back down. And then heel on the left foot lifts up, and drops back down. Right, left, right, left for 7, 6, keep those hips low, 5, crown of the head is high, 4, nice long spine, 3, like your back is up against a wall, 2, and last one. Ready? Both heels lift together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Heels come down. And now heels press out as toes come in. So we prepare for a wide-legged forward fold. Hands to your hips. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Crown of the head lifts as you exhale, hinging from your hips as you drop your upper body over your lower body. Feeling that release through the lower back, feeling that amazing stretch through the backs of your legs. Hands can come anywhere that is comfortable for you here. So they can come to a block, they can come to your mat. You can wrap your hands around your heels or ankles or walk your hands backwards in between your legs. Whatever calls to you here, we'll stay for 2 more breaths. If you'd like to keep it moving, maybe a side lunge or a twist. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath in and a breath out. We'll exit this pose the same way we came in. So you have a neutral spine leading with the crown of your head to keep that spine nice and long. You lift your torso all the way back up to standing. Transition back to your warrior 2 on the right side for a moment. A breath in. And then as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame that right foot. Right foot steps back, high plank. Holding your plank for a breath in and a breath out. And then lifting the right foot off your mat and then swapping it out to lift the left foot. We lift right and left, right and left for 5, 4, 3, 2, isolate the movement into your legs, and the last one. Awesome. Knees drop to your mat, bend at the elbows, lower yourself all the way down. Inhale, opening the heart for your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, and walking your dog out for a breath in and out. And then when you're ready, your feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, slow rise to standing, reaching the arms up to the sky, and then palms come to rest at heart center. Give yourself that moment to just ground down, find your center and your stability. Breath in. As you exhale, chair. Beautiful. Holding that nice low chair pose, hugging the thighs towards each other. Make sure you have that slight tuck to your tailbone. Crown of the head is lifting up as the shoulders relax away from your ears. Breath in, breath out. And now we lift up just halfway and then lower. And lift, lower for 5. Small pulses, 4, 3, squeezing through the glutes, 2, and 1. Now weight shifts into the left foot as the right knee pulls in. We find that standing wind relieving pose here. The glute on the left side is super engaged to keep your body stable. Left foot is rooted down into the earth, pulling that knee in towards the chest. We breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Releasing the knee, but keeping it lifted. Palms come to heart center. And we'll take those extensions on the right side. So right heel presses out and pulls back in. Kicks out and pulls in for 8, 7. Keep breathing. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send that right leg back behind you. Just a brief moment in your airplane pose before dropping right foot down. Crescent lunge. Taking a moment in your crescent lunge. Breath in and breath out. And I believe we just transitioned right from here to Warrior 2. So let's open that up. If I missed something, you can fill it in on your own. It's okay. Just taking a moment in this Warrior 2. Finding that stability through your lower body and that tension as you press the feet down and feel the engagement through your muscles. This is what I love most about yoga, is the connection you establish with your body by paying such close attention to what each and every muscle is doing in a pose. And then we open again to our goddess, bringing both heels in, both toes stick out as we drop the hips nice and low, coming into that goddess position. So again, kind of imagining your spine is against a wall. So you're keeping yourself nice and long. Crown of the head lifts up. There's this slight tuck to your tailbone. Aiming to get knees, as always, aligned over the ankles. Breath in, breath out. You guys are so strong. So again, we'll do that halfway lift, just like we did in the chair poses. So a little pulse. So lifting up just halfway and then lower. So you're really going to squeeze through the insides of your legs here. Really squeeze through your pelvic floor as you just gently lift up. All right, this is power. So we're going to take this for 10, 9, squeezing those legs, 8, 7, 6, you guys are awesome, 5, 4, 3, 2, or I regret doing 10, and 1. Those are not easy. Holding that for a breath in and out, and then we lift and extend both legs, heels press out, toes come in. Find that wide-legged forward fold a second time. Letting your neutral spine guide you down. And maybe finding a different variation on this side. Maybe you take a little twist, or you take that side lunge. Maybe you take an inversion or an arm balance if that's calling to you. Just taking a couple moments and a couple breaths to really make this your own. Another breath in and a breath out. And when you're ready, you'll exit this pose the same way you came in, lifting that neutral spine back up, letting the crown of your head lead you. You transition back to your warrior two on the left side, and then hands cartwheel down to frame that front foot. Left foot steps back, high plank. Holding your plank here. Trying to remember what we did on the other side. I don't think we have another set to do on the other. Oh, we did those leg lifts, right? Thank you. I love plank work. It's my absolute favorite because it really does work your entire body right now. Your shoulders are getting stronger, your chest is getting stronger, your glutes are getting stronger, and of course, your core is getting stronger. Okay, the last round of abs here, we're gonna make it count. Drop down onto your right forearm and elbow, and then left forearm and elbow. Now pressing back up, we come to right palm, and then left palm. Reverse direction, left forearm, left palm, right palm. Feeling free to do any other variation of plank work that calls to you. Ready? Right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. All right. Take two more of whatever you're doing. Even it out on both sides. And then knees drop to your mat. Bend at the elbows, lower yourself all the way down onto the floor or the ground. Palms alongside the chest. Inhale, opening your heart for your low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just for a moment, inhale the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, right knee pulls in towards the nose. Right leg drops as you come into your pigeon pose. You want the right thigh parallel to that long edge of your mat. Your left leg is extended long, down towards the back of your mat. And you're aiming to keep your hips in one plane. So if you don't have a block to place underneath your right hip, that's okay. Just make sure you're not tilting onto that right hip, but instead keeping yourself in a position where the hips are remaining square towards the front edge of your mat and in the same plane as one another. You can surrender your chest down as you lower onto your forearms if that calls to you. Remembering that the goal is not to get this right hip down onto your mat, it's just to feel that gorgeous opening through the hip. So having that pocket of air between your leg and the mat, that's totally normal. That's why we often encourage the placement of a block there to provide adequate support. A couple more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and out. When you're ready, you can plant the palms somewhere underneath your chest and shoulders, and you'll tuck the left toes under so that you can lift yourself up and back into a three-legged dog, or even like three-legged tabletop is totally fine as well. But you want to give yourself a moment to circle out that right hip. After giving such a deep stretch, you just want to give it a little bit of movement. And then when you're ready, right foot floats down, left leg lifts up. On an exhale, left knee pulls in towards the nose, and left leg lowers down as the right leg stretches back. Taking time to settle yourself in, making sure that you're keeping your hips nice and square, and again, in that same plane as one another. Breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. If you're having trouble conceptualizing what I mean when I say you want your hips in the same plane as one another, picture your hips as if they're on a seesaw. You want it to remain nice and balanced like this. You don't want, like this. You don't want one side tipping up. You want it to remain totally balanced. So that's what you're aiming for in your hips as well. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, you lift your chest planting the palm somewhere underneath your chest and shoulders, your right toes tuck under, your hips lift up and back as you circle out the left side this time, getting lots of wiggles and wobbles, whatever feels good. It doesn't matter what you look like, just stretching that leg. And then when you're ready, your knees drop to your mat and just kind of tuck your ankles and feet under yourself so you can kind of just roll over your feet. And then feet planted into the earth, knees nice and bent. You just allow yourself to recline down onto your mat, maybe grabbing a sip of water before you go. And when you arrive into that reclined position, keeping your knees bent and the soles of your feet planted, we'll do a reclining twist here, but before we do, we'll just do a couple flowy a couple flowy bridges here. So your feet are rooted into the earth and kind of press your lower back into your mat. Pressing your feet into your mat as well, you lift your hips up off the floor, pressing them up to the sky, and then just drop them back down. Taking that a couple more times. So you inhale and lift, exhale and lower. Just a couple more times. Just getting some movement through there, really pressing through your hamstrings or the backs of your legs. And then when you're ready, you'll lift your hips up and move them over to the right side of your mat, dropping them down as you let your knees fall over to the left. Wiggling your shoulder blades, making sure they're pressing evenly into the floor. Your arms can extend out like a T or whatever position is comfortable for you. Just allowing yourself to settle into your reclining twist. Maybe you cross the left ankle over the right thigh, getting a little hip stretch. Maybe you extend that right leg. Whatever feels good. We'll stay for 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and breath out. Taking your time, you'll slowly bring your hips and your knees back to center. And we'll take those flowy bridge poses one more time before taking it to the other side. So soles of the feet are pressing into the earth. You lift your hips and then lower, really pressing through the hamstrings here. Couple more times, and then when you're ready, you lift those hips, scoot them to the left, drop them down, let knees fall to the right. Give those shoulder blades another wiggle. Make sure that they're both pressing evenly against your mat. Maybe you cross right ankle over left thigh, drawing that left thigh down towards the earth. Maybe you extend that left leg. Whatever feels good for you. A couple more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. In and out. When you're ready, just slowly bringing hips and knees back to center. Pulling both knees in towards the chest and giving them a bit of a squeeze. A little bit of a hug. Maybe extending the legs up and taking a waterfall, or grabbing a hold of the big toes with the feet and just taking a happy baby here. Just giving yourself a little more movement, listening to your body and what it's calling for before we settle into our final Shavasana. A breath in and a breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Slowly lowering your feet and your legs back down onto your mat. Getting out any last wiggles and wobbles. And then allowing yourself to slowly stretch out, finding a position that is comfortable for your Shavasana. Maybe grabbing a sip of water before you do. And your goal in your Shavasana pose is to allow yourself to sink into stillness through your physical self. And just like with stilling your mental self, it's okay if thoughts come through. The goal isn't absence of thought completely, it's just allowing space for it without letting it totally steamroll you or detract you from what you're trying to do. So if movement does come through your physical self, that's fine. Give space for it, and then allow yourself the space and the grace to sink back into that stillness. Being mindful of the sensations through your body. Noticing what it feels like now, the connection you have established with all the muscles in your body by tuning in so attentively while moving through asana. We create this deeper connection with self. We give ourselves practice with tuning in. We give ourselves practice with listening. We practice being present, noticing exactly where we are in the moment. In this physical practice, creating this connection with our muscles, with our physical bodies, allows us to deepen that connection with our mental selves and our emotional selves and our spiritual selves, aligning them all into one. A breath in here and out. And taking a few moments now to wake your physical self back up, a few wiggles of the toes and fingers, a little wobble of the head. Taking your time to bring movement back into the body. And then when you're ready, slowly transitioning from reclining to seated. However that movement looks, whatever seated posture you choose when you arrive, it's all welcome. There are no right or wrong answers here. And when you arrive, you can bring the palms over the heart space or prayer hands to heart center. And we'll close our practice with the sacred sound of Om. A cleansing breath first. Inhale and exhale. Now we breathe in for Om. Thank you so much for joining us for another session in our Mystic at Home series. The light in me honors the light in you. I bow to each and every one of you now, whenever you are finding this practice. Thank you so much for being with us. It is an honor as always, and I hope that you will tune in again tomorrow for another 8 a.m. class here on Victory Field. Have a happy Monday, everybody.